Hi, everybody. I want to share, sorry, again, I'm putting my phone in my stand. Apologize for that jerky movement. I want to share with you kind of this over the top card, and it's utilizing a whole bunch of bundles out of the catalog. So you open it up. Inside, there's a little kitchen. Super duper fun. Okay, so now this is using the What's Cooking bundle, the Plentiful Plants bundle, and even one of the Painted Poppies stamp set from the annual 2021 to 22 Stampin' Up! Catalog. I'm just going to add my light. Oh, that's a little bit better as well. Okay, so I want to show you that this card is really cute, kind of in two different ways. The first is this one is very simple, no real stamping. If you have people that you're making cards with online, it's perfect for that because you really can tell what everything is just by looking at the silhouettes. But tonight, because we do have the stamp set and access to that, I want to show with you what it looks like when everything is kind of stamped out as well. So I'll give you dimensions as we go along. So the first is a piece of pool party cardstock. Now this is an A2 card size, and this is just cut an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, cut down the center at 4 1/4 inches, and then scored in half at 5.5 inches. So I'm just going to fold that in half. I also have for the front gray piece that goes through embossing folder, just a 4-inch by 5 1/4 inch piece of gray granite cardstock. As well, this is the important piece for the inside. So this is a piece of gray granite cardstock, and it is cut at 4.5 inches by 4 inches. So it's 4.5 inches this way by 4 inches this way. And then it is scored at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and at 4 inches. So again, it's scored at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and 4 inches. And dimensions again are 4 inches by 4.5. So I'm just going to grab of course, I thought I had a bone folder here. Okay. I'm just going to give everything a really good burnish. Now, I want to put this in the card first, just to kind of get it out of the way, because once this is in, the hard part is over, and then it's all fun and games after that. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay it in your card. It's a little bit hard to see online. Okay, so I'm lining up. You can see the score mark here at the 5.5 inches on the blue pool party sheet. I'm lining up that score mark with my gray granite piece. So they're both lined up, and that's the one that's scored at that 2-inch mark. So you can see my 1/2 inch at this side. So the two score marks are lined up. I'm going to lay this down with those score marks lined up. I'm going to take a pencil. I'm going to put a pencil mark on that side, a pencil mark at this part. You're not wanting to glue it down this way. This is just so that you know where it goes. So once you have those pencil marks, you can see now my pencil marks on either side and the score mark lined up. Now you're going to take this and flip it 180 degrees so that the score marks don't line up. Very important. Rotate it 180 degrees so the score lines don't line up. So we were only using that to make sure that that was kind of a quick trick to show you that it was centered, but it's not where you want it to be glued down. So I'm going to line up with my my pencil marks. Now this piece, you'll notice too, there's kind of that 1/8 of an inch on either side. So your gray granite piece is slightly narrower than the pool party piece. Okay, so I'm just going to fold these back. I'm going to grab some double-sided tape adhesive. I'm going to place a piece this side. Flatten it out a bit. I'm going to line it up with that pencil mark, centering it from the top to the bottom. Being straight here is really important. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Okay, once this is in, this part, this gray part folds out. Oh, it works. Fabulous. Okay, so when you're looking at it, the longer, so this is like the shorter part is the top of the countertop, longer part is the side. So this is 2 inches here for height. And this is only 1.5 inches. It's a 1.5 inch countertop on the top and then 2 inches here. So you can tell. Okay, so now I'm going to open it up so that this is my floor. So I know this is retired, but I love it. I have a little bit left. So this is 4 1/8 of an inch by 3 3/4. I'm going to put my floor on, but I'm not going to put it right up against this top edge. I'm actually going to bring it down just a tad because or else there's too much stuff bound up in there and it just folds nicer. Now there's some designer series paper in the catalog that has hardwood flooring as well. And that's actually what we're using for the tile background as well. It's the one that ran 2 years in a row right now, and it's quite fabulous. I just happened to use up my last little bit, and I had this in my stash. So the In Good Taste. So if you don't have retired stash, then use some of the hardwood floor from that set there. And the Good Taste is the tile that I'm using for the top part as well. So now, even though my floor is covering up part of that gray granite at the bottom, because it's like a countertop, I'm leaving that little back bit as backsplash. So this piece measures 4 inches by just 1/8 less than 3 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eighths, 7 eighths, 2 7/8 by 4 inches. And it's just going to sit on top of that little bit of countertop there. Perfect. Okay. Now I have a little white piece of paper that I'm just going to glue on the floor here as well, just to be able to write a message because this paper is too shiny. So this measures 2 inches by 3 3/4. Oh, it's a retirement day today. I don't usually do this, but sometimes you have those things in your stash that you just fits the project perfectly and you can't see beyond it. Somehow this card is that one. Okay, so I am using the nesting hexagon dies. If you didn't have that, what actually would look really cute is the stitched Stitch So Sweetly dies that are in the catalog right now. They're kind of curved as well. I think it would look really pretty. So for my sentiment, I'm actually using Wishing You Your Best Year Yet, and that's from the Best Year stamp set. I'm using Night of Navy. I'm going to ink that up. A little bit of adhesive on the back, not to smudge it. And then I did use dimensionals right here, but if you're kind of worried about kind of card thickness, because we are getting a little bit thick, then you can just put a little bit of adhesive there. So I used adhesive on one, dimensionals on the other. I think it looks good either way. And that definitely, now doing that, it definitely saves on some thickness. So I used the Plentiful plants, and I cut out a little sprig for the inside of my card, as well as the bigger I guess leafy plants for the inside. I mean, sorry, for the outside. So I'm just going to use the coordinating stamps. These are both cut out in shaded spruce. You can see here, like, they look really fabulous, just cut out in the shaded spruce. Do you know what I mean? If you don't have the coordinating stamp set, no big deal. Do you know what I mean? Like, it still looks really good. You can tell that they're plants. But this just kind of shows some of the veining of the plants. So if you happen to have the stamp set, it definitely gives a little bit more detail. So these two, I just layered like that. I did put a little bit of a dimensional in between them, just to kind of make that plant look a little bit more full. The bigger one at the back, smaller one at the front. Now this is that Hostess Designer Series paper, and I just cut out a little pot. I thought it gave it a little bit of kind of really cute little detail. It's the pattern party on page 171. And then I'm just going to add a little bit adhesive on the back of that. Pop my plant in. That's going to go on the front for decorating my card. Okay. Then I've already gone ahead and done it, but I utilized the What's Cooking bundle. Again, you can kind of see the difference with the first one. Here I just used Native Navy and did silhouettes of both the spatula and the whisk. Looks super cute. Today I did the wooden spoon, stamped it and cut it out, as well as the spatula and the rolling pin. Again, here you can see them together. Again, like, it looks super great even without the stamping, but adding the stamping definitely gives you a little bit more of that wood vibe. My inside pot, that's where I used the painted poppy stamp set. I just ended a little bit, this pool party, and I used my pool party stamp set with the kind of the poppies. And I just wanted to like decorate the outside of my pot. So that was what that was for. And then from there, turn this over and just apply a little dimensional just to keep that little pot in place. Like that. And pop that into the inside of the card. And now I'm going to adhere I have a little, I guess like scrappy piece of paper that I've and it's in gray granite as well, just to be my shelf. I guess like a hanging rack, right? I'm just going to adhere that across my tile. You have to make sure it's high enough. It might not have been high enough initially. Okay, that's going to dry. And then I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow glue behind both my spoon and my spatula. I'm just going to show you the inside of this card again as well. So like they're both so nice. Different kind of vibe. But I love the silhouette still too. I still really like that. And the spatula doesn't have a coordinating stamp. It's only in the die set. So if you want I'm sorry, I said spatula, I meant whisk. The whisk doesn't have that. So you need to buy the die set in order to have that other feature. And then on my front of my card, I had a little bit of that wood pattern left. And I'm just going to, where did my glue go again? Put a few drops of glue. Make a little shelf in the brick. Apparently my brick's a little bit, my shelf's a little bit long. And then from there, I'm going to pop on my plant and my rolling pin. So because of that dimensional at the top behind the leaves, I'm going to put a dimensional at the bottom of the pot and then pop a little bit of glue on the plant part. Stick that on. And then I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals in the back of my rolling pin. And put that next to the plant. I think this is such a cute card and would be perfect for a housewarming gift. I have a friend that just bought a house and now I really wish I'd already designed this card at that point so that I could give it to her. But again, it could be for birthday, someone that you know like loves to cook, any of those things. Okay, so we have, that's the front of the card. I'm going to just flip this over. Some adhesive on the back. Someone that loves plants too. Do you know what I mean? Kind of someone that cooks, someone that buying a new house, bridal shower card, any of those things. Birthday, kind of wishing you your best year yet. That could, you know, be congratulations on your new home, you know, best year in your new home or best birthday year, anything. Or you could just leave this blank and always stamp it later. And that's it. I love that. So just again, to show you both the silhouette and the one with a little bit more stamping, both look fabulous. And then going to the inside of the card, love the kitchen with the wooden floor. Anyways, I hope that has inspired you with some of the bundles that are currently available in the catalog this year. That What's Cooking bundle and that the plant bundle are both so versatile and can kind of do so many different things with them. And this is just kind of one of those over the top cards that I think you have to save for someone that's really special that'll appreciate it. But I think that person that receives it will just go, wow. Have a good rest of the night.